Hey, we are live on our Men's Development Excellence call Wednesday night. Man, an awesome thing. And we're going through some of the questions that were actually written in on our Facebook group. This is the Men's Development Excellence, which is a paid part of the membership. But if you are not part of any of our memberships and you're listening to this podcast or watching it, why aren't you? There's a free Austin Men's Development board on Facebook. And we were actually just talking about this, the difference between the questions on the Men's Development Excellence and the AMD, the Austin Men's Development, are just so different. When people get involved and they start working on themselves, it's pretty crazy. And just to put you in perspective of what's happening is a call right now. There's 15 people on this call. And we all just talked about this specific issue. And man, look, guys, we need to have a dialogue about what we do as the better man. And what we do is to be the man that we want to be and work towards that. So here's the situation. One of our members, he helped a girl out. She needed some money. I won't go into all the details, but she needed some money to buy something. He bought something for her. They hooked up. They were kind of like on the fringe, or I guess they had hooked up before. And now she's starting to act like a bitch. She's starting to like push him away. And there's this feeling that we get from the guy here of saying like, man, why the fuck does this always happen? Jesus Christ. Like, I can't believe it. Like, women are so shallow. I help them out. Now she's saying I don't care about her and, you know, blah, 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 blah. How do women treat me this way? So there's a lot that can be said about this. I just want to start out with like, you design how people treat you. If you are working in a feedback loop of people disliking you, women in relationships treating you in a certain way, and it's consistent, it's just more than once, then it's your fucking problem, man. It is a problem that you are adding to the mix. And so much about being a good man, being the man that you want to be, and communicating to the world is so absolutely fundamentally dependent on knowing how you come across. You know, and one of the guys brought up like women are our best teachers. You know, you've got to know yourself because they will know you, especially when sex gets into play. They will know you better than you. They're going to see things emotionally better than you. They're going to push at them in different ways that you don't even think about. And I want to say this, not because they're bad people, not because women are less than men, not because, they're stupid or they're too emotional or whatever the fuck it is. It's because men and women are different. And men and women aren't supposed to be the same. We need to work to communicate with each other. And we both have this undying urge to communicate with each other, to connect. We want that. We want that. As much of a pain in the ass or different or whatever you want to call it, women in relationships can be, we want that relationship with them. Stop trying to control it. Stop trying to be more powerful than them or outsmart them or posture up so much that you're greater than them. Man, think whatever you want to think, but we got to communicate. Right? We got to interact, you know, in a situation like this where we do something for a woman. We got to be really clear when we give. In fact, one of the TSL principles is to give. And what that means is to give without expectation and to do it in a genuine way. But when we're giving and we have expectation, or we're not giving for the actual reason of caring about that person or wishing the best for them, but giving so that we can have some sort of expected way or expectation of how they're going to react to that, that's not giving, right? That is designing a relationship. That's setting a boundary. That's setting a template of interaction. And when you do that, this was one of the best things that was actually said, or one of the things that really stuck out to me that was said on the call by one of the other members, is that when you do something in a dynamic where you give something, like you give a gesture, you give money, you give a gift, and your expectation is that you expect to be treated as though you're in a relationship and get the benefits of a loving and caring and endearing relationship or whatever it is, or that woman is now supposed to care about you, man, you are fundamentally wrong. It's a shallow way to deal with a relationship. It's a shallow way to treat yourself, treat your choice, treat your expression, but it's even more shallow to actually expect that somebody is going to respect you just for giving them money or just for giving them the thing that they wanted. What you need to learn is that in order to get that respect of a relationship or of, somebody caring about you. I mean, hey, you got laid. That's pretty cool. That doesn't always happen. A lot of times you get laid or you don't get laid and you gave a bunch of stuff and then you're pissed off. But now you got laid, you started acting kind of weird or whatever about it, and then now you're pissed. A lot of guys would be saying like, "Hey man, yeah, that's a pretty good deal," you know? But the thing is that we make this so complex. And man, I'm just so sick of seeing this dynamic of men and women overcomplicating how we communicate with one another in order just to be ourselves. See, there's an easy solution to this. You gave something, you got some pussy, you got laid, cool, awesome stuff, but then she started acting all weird. Guess what? You cut it. You cut it. And in order to cut it, before you cut it, you make it a big deal. You overcomplicate it. You make it so, oh my God, she's got to be this and that. Or, oh my God, like, she's a bitch. Let's all agree upon that. Or she's selfish or blah, 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 blah. I'm let down by women again. How can I even look up to him and respect him or whatever it is? I mean, the guy's not saying that, but you hear guys go into this mode of saying these different things where we make it such a big deal to just say, hey, I don't like that. There's a concept that we used to talk a lot about in TSL is that in order to say no, who do we have to be? Rather than just expressing, no, I don't like this, or even I do like this, who do we have to be? In order to express that I like women, that I like sex, in order to express that I want to be ambitious, in order to express that I want to lose weight, these ambitions, these things, these drives that we want in life, in order to do them, rather than just doing them or saying them, we have to pump ourselves up. We have to have an image. We have to have an identity, because we alone can't just go like women. We alone just can't lose weight or get in shape. We alone can't just, be successful in the ways that we want to successful. We have to imitate. We have to be somebody else. And that runs out of gas. That's one of the worst things you can do. At some point, sure, you got to fake it till you make it. But at some point, you are going to have to sit in the driver's seat as you are and take command of your own life and put it in the direction that you want and accept the responsibilities of success and failure. And the same thing goes for when we don't like something. Man, this happens all the time. If somebody is a part of our membership course, we're really open. It's like, hey, if you don't want to be a part of it and you need to cancel out, just let us know. No big deal. Fuck, man, please. If it's not right for you, cool. So the thing is that before I started putting out that like open-ended dialogue towards it, man, I would have all these people come to me, man, this is happening and it's so big, or like, Steve, this is happening, but your program just isn't working for me because of this, and that. It's like, dude, just fucking tell me you don't want to do it anymore. That's totally cool. But in order to say no, in order to say I don't like it, in order to say, man, this relationship isn't working for me, it's got to be this massive deal. It has to be this thing, which is this eruption of, the earth's being torn apart and you can't comprehend it. And it's got to be such a big fucking deal just to express a very simple action like this. Look, you did something for somebody. It didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. And that sucks. That's too bad. That's not great for everybody. Nobody wants that to happen. But instead of just saying, hey, man, I'm done, we can't do this anymore, it's got to be women suck. It's got to be that she's wrong. It's got to be that we all need to agree that this person did a bad thing to me. And if you live your life like that, you're living the life of a bitch. You're living the life of somebody who can never be your own expression, because you need your buddies around you to justify what it is. And that's not what we're doing. In any case, it's a little bit harsh, but what I want to bring to light here is that, look, we all go through this. We've all been through it. Nobody set upon, Project Man or whatever it is, or Project Improve Yourself, and just knew the right way to do things. We came here, we tried it, we were willing to try it, we fuck up, we accept the walls that we hit at whatever speed we're going. We brush ourselves off, we fix, we repair those things, and then we create better versions of ourselves. Man, greatness does not come without pain. Excellence does not come with a long string of failure. And I know that sounds really cliche, but part of that road to fucking up, to being confused, to not getting things right, absolutely is necessary and a fundamental ingredient to becoming the man that you want to be. The problem is that it ain't anybody's fault if you give up. It ain't anybody's fault if you push it to the side and just keep going and ignoring it. But the problem with that is that every single day you'll want more and more and more. So to get to where you need to be, man, to get to who you want to be, you got to be willing to work for it. Let's get to fucking work. Let's stop bitching about it and realize that just when you hit that finish line, that doesn't mean that it's over. Man, you keep going. To be a great man, you do it every day, just like breathing, eating, working out, using your body, using your mind. Man, we cultivate it on a day-to-day basis.